Yo, 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 Illuminati. What's good? It's the 13th son, the 13th apostle, the 13th Messiah, the 13th rebirth, reincarnation, the 13th tarot card, the 13th death, the 13th life, the 13th light, the 13th planet, the 13th universe, the 13th God, Saint Apostle. I got some notes on my phone. Not the whole video is scripted. I just got some notes on my phone. I decided for this video, I should call it "You Must Unlearn What You Know." Now, what I mean by that is, I got my notes here. You must unlearn what you know. From birth, we are assigned teachers, and we also pick and choose teachers. For whatever reason, it's just something humans do. But you will reach a point, maybe still as a child, maybe as a teenager, maybe as an older man or woman, or whatever you choose to call yourself. It doesn't matter at the end of the day, and if you think it does, you should unlearn that, and you'll have less problems with people. You reach a point where you question first the teachers assigned to you, then even the teachers you choose. If you haven't done this already, this is your sign to do that. Because the universe is vast, endless, infinite, and forever changing, and what is truth today will not be truth tomorrow, and so on. If you truly want to live in the present moment, you must dethrone every single pedestal to learn what's really going on in people's heads, and furthermore the world. You must talk to people today and use that to unlearn what's been taught to you. I'm looking away from my notes for a second. Because think about it like this. We are assigned teachers, right? But where's that knowledge coming from? Now, I'm not saying dismiss every single thing you learned in school. Like, they taught you how to read and write, right? That's probably important. I'm not saying I believe that the Holocaust is a conspiracy. I'm not saying that. I don't think Hitler's a cool guy. You know, the history kind of speaks for itself there. I don't see what there is to question about any of that. There's survivors. There's a whole story there. So there's nothing really to pinpoint and examine and diagnose and take away from that besides what it was. That's knowledge you should keep. But things you're taught about people, things you're taught about magic, things you're taught about God, religion, spirituality, these are the government. These are sources of knowledge that have been corrupted, and we know this. We know the Bible's been rewritten. Okay, no one knows if it's fucking unicorns or horses or if Jesus was a magi. No one knows what the fuck is going on with the government, with the Bible, with any of this shit. I'm not saying to dismiss the government. I'm not saying to dismiss the Bible. I'm not saying to dismiss gay people. I'm saying unlearn what you've been taught. Dethrone the teachers that were assigned to you, especially, and especially the teachers you chose for yourself, because you chose them for whatever reason. You chose them for whatever reason. That's what humans do. But I know for a fact that not all the teachers I chose and not all the teachers that were assigned to me told me the absolute truth about the universe. I just know they didn't. I know there was some corruption there. You must unlearn what you've been taught. Pretty much everything. Not every single thing, but pretty much everything. Like I said, the universe is vast and endless and forever changing and infinite, and what is truth today will not be the truth tomorrow. Unlearn what you've been taught about love. Everyone thinks love is this perfect little dream, and if the person doesn't do everything you want them to say and do, then you just walk the fuck out. If I did that shit today, I'd be the unhappiest motherfucker, and I'd only have myself to blame. Because I met my twin flame, as you heard in my last video. I met my twin flame. Now, I've met false twin flames, and I had to unlearn them, and I had to walk away from them and dethrone them. That was the healthy thing to do in that moment. Because you're unlearning what you've been taught about the universe. That's a good thing. That's what you should do. I'm not saying dethrone the Holocaust. I'm saying dethrone things you've been taught about love, about God. Not everything about God. The Bible has some really good shit in it. Not everything in the Bible is concrete. We know this. We live in the modern day. We know the Bible isn't 100% correct. Okay, a 5-year-old could tell you that today. But I remember when I was 13, I was writing a song, and I said, we just go to school and learn whatever the government wants to teach us, tells them to teach us. I wrote a song that said that when I was 13. So obviously, kids are smart creatures. And they don't have to do as much unlearning while they're very young. They don't have to do as much unlearning as we young adults do, or older adults even, or old people. You know? Yeah, kids don't know everything. They're ignorant. They're innocent. But there's a certain knowledge that comes with that gets forgotten as you get older. And you need to get back in touch with that. You need to look within. You need to talk to people, look within their eyes, see what they're telling you through their eyes, and then look within. What is your third eye telling you? What is your third eye telling you about the government, about God, about religion, about spirituality, about love, about the universe, about the Holocaust even? You know, I hate to say it like that, but like I said, I don't dethrone the Holocaust. I don't. And people wanted me to. Teachers I chose for myself because they were hip-hop artists or they were new age gurus. They told me to dethrone the Holocaust, and I never did. I never did. So don't start putting that in my face. I'm just saying, unlearn what the fuck you know about some of those things. Because honestly, there's a lot of info out there. And some of it will corrupt you. Some of it will poison you. Some of it will brainwash you. Some of it will hypnotize you. Some of it will lie to you. But there's a lot of truth out there as well. There's a lot of people willing to tell the truth, like me. I tell the truth from the best way I can. I talk about my family. I talk about the government. I talk about spirituality. I talk about the universe. I talk about love. I talk about twin flames. I talk about God and Goddess, what I know. And I know a little bit about God and Goddess. The first time I smoked weed, I was, I think, 14 or 15. I was in a forest with some dumb kid, and the forest was speaking to me. There was a heartbeat pulsating from the ground and all around me. I could hear it. I could feel it. It was Mother Nature, Asherah, Holy Spirit, Sophia. Excuse me. That's right into the mic. I'm sorry. Talking to me, telling me she's there. She's alive. She's alive and well. She's alive and well. Okay? Now, don't start calling me, some hippy dippy. Because in that moment, I was like, this is what the hippies have always been talking about. I finally get it. Because I never understood hippies until that moment. But after that moment, I wrote it off because I was still really young. I said, you know what? It was the government testing weapons. That's what I told myself. Nowadays, do I believe that? No, I'm pretty fucking Gnostic. I believe in the Almighty, but I'm pretty fucking Gnostic, and I believe in the Holy Mother. And I know that's what it was. And people can tell me it's because I'm a schizophrenic, whatever. I know myself. I know I'm not delusional. I know I'm none of those things. I don't hear voices. I don't see things that aren't there. Ever. And yet I'm labeled a schizophrenic because that's how they can study people with psychic abilities. That's how they can get all their thoughts down on paper and categorize them and throw them away into a little corner and mark them and push them off and take what they want from them. And that's what they do to people like us nowadays. It's the New World Order. So unlearn that shit, people. If you're one of those people doing that to people, unlearn that shit. If you're going through that as a person, go unlearn it. Go unlearn it. Unlearn being treated like cattle. Unlearn being a sheeple. Be a sheeple to God and Goddess, your mother and father. Be a sheeple to them. But don't be a sheeple to the devil. Unlearn that shit. That was put on TV a lot. I soaked that up. I tried to follow the devil a little bit. Hell, I still get tempted. I'm only human. Look, check out the necklaces I'm wearing right now. I'm wearing the pentacle, or the other name for it. I forget what it is right now, but here's the pentacle. Represents the Summerlands, the Wiccan afterlife, Goddess, the 5 wounds of Christ. It's a very universal symbol. And because I worship the devil, I'm wearing the Leviathan. But really, it's to say, I can face a demon, I can take on a demon, and then I can wear it around my neck as a trophy. Because I'm a survivor, homie. Unlearn what the fuck you know. Because listening to my teachers is what made me stare down the Leviathan. And it was not pretty, and it was not fun, and it was messy, and it was gory, and it was gross, and it was evil, and it hypnotized me with its serpent eyes. Not that all serpents are evil, but you catch my drift. Unlearn what the fuck you know. You know, there's this YouTube guru who kind of inspired me to start this channel. His name is the 13th Son. And he has a video about removing titles from yourself. And that is such a good idea. Like, I don't know if I could be a Moor in Winnipeg, Manitoba. I don't think that's possible. Like, I think I'd probably end up homeless. But unlearn titles. Unlearn titles. Because I'll tell you what. My teachers were hip-hop artists. And you know what I did when I was a younger kid? I threw up gang signs. Because I was listening to that shit. And I felt like I was being initiated into it. And people just came for my fucking throat, man. Unlearn shit. Unlearn what you know. Question it. Don't just swallow it because it tastes good. Just because it's the sugar that makes the medicine go down. Honestly, that's the worst type of info you can get. It might feel good in the moment. It might give you a little spark. But you're going down the wrong road, bro. Unlearn that shit. Unlearn the devil. Unlearn the government. Unlearn what you were taught in school. Unlearn what you know about God and love and twin flames in the universe. Unlearn that shit. Bye. The 13th Son.